So back then in school, they usually tell us that if you want to start a business, you need capital, right? But that is the first thing on the list when starting a business back then in school. But now, I want to tell you that if you want to become a successful farmer, the first thing you need is knowledge. And that knowledge, you can do it anyhow you want it. Because me, I didn't start from tutorial, training, this and that and that. That is not how I started. I started on the job. I started learning farming on the job. Like, what do I mean? I started learning, going as I was working in the farm, they were paying me and I was learning. So I was learning on the job while I was being paid. So you can learn anyway. You can go for apprenticeship. You can go for conference and any other way you want to learn. You can even watch my videos and learn from it anywhere you want to. But for you to become a successful farmer, the very first thing you need is knowledge. Because if you don't have knowledge, your money will waste. So that is the first thing I have to tell you. So the next thing you need to do as a coming up farmer or a farmer that wants to be successful is that you need to look in your area of interest. Well, if I say area of interest, agriculture is just a very big business which has a lot of opportunity. You can say, okay, I want to become a plantation farmer. You can say, I want to become a fish farmer. You can say, I want to become a poultry farmer. You can say, I want to become a mixed farmer. Like we now, we are mixed farmers. We are into almost everything I listed now. So it's a matter of choice, all right? Then after then, you need to start to think about, okay, what capacity should I start from? Are you getting me? What is my capacity? How much do I have? All those things have to be taken in place before that word successful become in place. Okay, in this platform, I always tell you that I started with what? 10 boilers. It's from that 10 boilers, I started going gradually. I learned how to raise boilers from that 10 boilers. So, normally a lot of mistake occurs, but I never stop. I keep pushing. So, I'm not trying to make this video very sweet. It must not be sweet because I face a lot of challenge before the good things happen. Now, the next thing I also want to educate you on is your location. See, a farmer that rear chicken, the kind of location it needs is different from the kind of farmer that rear plantation. Okay, let's say you're into plantation farming. Let's say you're into I don't know the English name for it, but we call it ugu. Yeah, ugu. Maybe you can just type UGU on the internet, the English name for it, and you get the English name. If you're a type of farmer that is into ugu farming, that means you will need a lot of vast land, a very vast land. So because you'll be planting by batches. Okay, now let's now move to a poultry farmer. A poultry farmer might need just a 12 by 12 12 by 12 feet land just for poultry for starting. But a person that is into plantation doesn't need that. With plantation, at least if you want to do plantation farming, you need to keep at least 1 acre. So the kind of preparation in terms of location is also important for you to become a successful farmer. So depending on what you want to do, what I want you to do for me is find the kind of suitable location for yourself. Okay, the next thing I also want to tell you is you need to know your market. Knowing your market comes in 3 forms. 1, who are your market? Let's say I'm into pig farming. I'm trying to broad everything for you to have proper understanding. Let's say I'm into pig farming. Who are those people? No, it's not everybody that eats pigs. It's not everybody that eats pork meat. So, who are those people that will consume my product? That is the first question. And if you're able to answer that first question, then we go to the next question. The next question is, how can I create relationship between them and me? That is the second question. And if you're able to answer that question, then we will now go for the next question. How can I sell to them? And what will be the transit? Like, how will I transit the product from the farm to where they are selling? And this is a bonus to you. If you are into pig farming and you are having shortage of sales, my brother, my sister, uncle, auntie, daddy and mommy, please and please try and organize a place where you'll be selling your own pork meat. It is not a bad thing if people call you Mr. Mr. Badenjo Pork Limited. People answer that name here. It's not a bad thing if people call you Mrs. Fumi Meat Industry. All those names. Or Mama with the say pork meat is not a bad name. It's an identity of what you are doing. So please, like me now, if I pass through my streets, they know that this one Omo farmer. Everybody know that this one is into farming. Because the Christmas like this, they will come to my farm, they will buy, and everybody will enjoy Christmas, like the one we did last year. So just like that, you need to have relationship. People need to know you. Alright, if people know you that this is what you do, trust me, they will come to your farm and pick your item. So depending on any type of farming you wish to go into, finance will be there. Alright, you need to keep money for it. Let's say you want to start a fish farming now. As I in my just yesterday I did a video about a viewer that asked me how much does he need to have to start 100 to 500 fishes, and the amount is like 500,000 naira. So in that sense, you need to understand, okay, what is my budget? And let's say eventually I don't have that money. Yes, I don't have that 500,000. How can I get it? Okay, there are government loans. There are government loans and grants. But the only thing there is that you have to join some seminars. You have to go for trainings before those loans will be given to you. Don't say Nigeria. No, the government usually give loan, and they do give grants to farmers. They do give fertilizers if you're into plantation. So you can go, but you have to go through seminar. You need to have ID card. You need to have trust between you and government. Aside that, let's say you don't want government, you don't want to go into long process. You can also raise money from families. You can go to your father, your mother, your sisters. They can just gather at least 100,000 for you. At least if you are 5 in your family, that means you have 500,000. You can start with just say 200 fishes. From there you start going. So don't just fold your hands and waiting for the sunshine, like good thing to happen. You have to make a move. Another thing I also want to let you know is that let's just imagine that your family was able to raise 500,000 for you, and you started the business. Try to keep record of everything. I do tell farmers that even though it's 10 naira expenses that you incur in that fish, try to record it, because at the end of the day, you will start adding all those expenses one after the other. Is that expenses you will use to determine the cost of production, and if you don't know the cost of production, you will not know your profit. All right, so please be careful. I try to add everything. Like me now, before I go to bed today, I will sit down and I will start to think, what are the expenses I incur today, and I will write everything down before I go to bed. So another thing I also want to tell you is that you have to be disciplined. For me not to sleep before I do my recording is a discipline that I took on myself, because I must record before I go to bed. I also want to let you know is quality. See, quality is not only formed from products. Quality is not only formed from product. Quality can be formed from personality. What do I mean? Quality can also be formed from personality. I do see a lot of farmers that don't have brand name. Like me, I have a brand name, which is Sirah. There's nowhere, everywhere I go, you hear Oga Sirah Farm. If I should send my goods to you, you will see my label, Sirah Farm. That shows quality. Because you are into farming, you should have branding. Don't just take farming as one of the oldest occupations that our ancestors did. And because of our ancestors did, or because it's an old occupation, you can just treat it anyhow you want. Try to modernize it. Alright? If you are into chicken and you are processing those chicken, try to what? Package it. Buy takeaway plates. Package it on the label, on the right side of the plate. Put your label, put your phone number, put your address. You know, just like that. All those things can create awareness, and as the more they create awareness, someone will say, okay, if this person buys from your hand today, The next person will say, okay, where do you buy this thing from? The label is there. Just like that, and from there you start having customer. For you to become a successful farmer is not by prayer, it's by all these things I'm telling you. And the last thing I also want to tell you in this video is you need to be hardworking, and you also need to be consistent. Just that thing. I guess you understand what I'm trying. I guess you understand where I'm going to. So please and please, I know it's tough. I know there's some rough moments where you feel like giving up, but please, I beg you, still hold your ground. All right, there's still a green light waiting for you there. So normally farming can be so stressful. Is in fact farming is a kind of business that involves day and night. There are sometimes that we in our farm there are sometimes that our night is just like our day in our farm, because we'll be working all night. So please, I know it can be tough sometimes, but just endure it. Before you went into the business, I guess you had passion for it. So don't lose focus, and keep doing what you need to do. I know one day you will get what you want. So bye for now. I wish you good luck.